Okay, so this is just going to be a really top level overview of the behind the scenes of Dubsado, which is a client management system that allows you to basically have all of the tools that you use to run your business in one place. So invoicing, payment, questionnaires, client management, keeping all your client details in one place, pretty much everything that you would need to run your business is all in one place in Dubsado. So I'm just going to do a top level run through of the behind the scenes. I'm not going to go into too much depth of how to set it up or like the real nitty gritty of all the features, because there's literally so much we could cover and I want to keep this quite brief. But I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can all see the behind the scenes of the program that I love so much. Okay, so hopefully you can all see this, but this is basically your dashboard that you would use to when you first log into Dubsado. This is what you see, and it's basically got all of your notifications and your main like financial figures here, so that you can log in and just briefly see anything that needs to be done. It's got your schedule here, so if you had appointments booked in, this is where you'd see like your schedule and your client bookings. You've got any like contracts or consultation forms that need to be countersigned, any to-do lists, any invoices that are overdue, and things like that. So all of your kind of key details are in your dashboard when you first log in. And then you have your projects tab. So this would be your booking. So say if you're a makeup artist or like a hairstylist or you own an aesthetics business, this is like where all your bookings are. So it lists like all of your clients that are currently booked in, if they've got any payments due or what they've paid. And you can customize this to work however would work best for your business. So I've just set this up as an example. If you were a makeup artist, like doing bridal bookings, this might be how you might customize it to work best for you and to track where everyone is like in the process. So from inquiries here to people that have paid a deposit or booked in, you can then move them through each stage, so you know like how many clients you have due to book their consultation, or how many like unanswered inquiries you've got, like how many people have completed their trial, and then how many people have like had their event and need to be like offboarded. So you might send them a testimonial form or like a little thank you card, or just wish them well. If in this example you're a bridal makeup artist, you might send them an email saying like, oh, thanks, let me be a part of your big day, so glad it went well. However would work best for your business. So everything in Dubsado is fully customizable to suit your needs. Okay, so the great thing about Dubsado is it allows you to automate so many elements of your business. So a lot of it is run through templates, which can be customized, and also like automatically input the client's name. So say if you're sending like a form or an email, Dubsado uses smart fields that allows you to automatically input that client's name. So even though you are using templates, like it's all got a personal touch to it, which is obviously what we want, because we don't want it to seem like really robotic and automated. So these are the forms. So this might be, if in example you're a makeup artist, for example, you might use a consultation form to understand like your client's needs in terms of skincare or the look they're going for, and everything can be branded. So this one's for Chloe Owen, who's a celebrity makeup artist, and she has got like asking questions, like you can have tick boxes, you can have drop downs here, and bearing in mind this is like the internal view, so what you would view as the business owner. Like you can see here, this is where I would edit the form, so you're viewing this like as the business owner at the moment, and I'll show you what it looks like to your client in a moment. But you can add tick boxes, you can add drop downs, you can have short responses where your client will just type in what they want. They can upload files here, so if you're a makeup artist or I don't know, whatever you're doing, your client can upload inspiration images, for example, of what they want their ideal look to be like. I do this as well. I ask my clients for a Pinterest board, so they can copy and paste the link in here. And then just everything is just customized to look really pretty and really on brand to your business. Okay, so the other types of forms that you can have in Dubsado are proposal forms. So proposal forms allow your client to basically book themselves in. So it's almost like having like an online shop or like an online booking system for your business that looks really on brand. So you can see here, these are the packages that Chloe offers. and your client could just literally go in, select what package they want to purchase, and then a contract and an invoice would be automatically created that they can then sign and send the payment. And so it's just taken all that admin time off of your plate. You could even have like drop downs. This is like the editor, so you can add drop down things to your proposal and just make it like basically like a cover page of a website, but it's all in Dubsado. So yeah, this tool is really, really powerful. And I'll show you how this would look to a client in a minute. So let's go back and see what other forms we've got. So you might send out a testimonial questionnaire, for example, where after you finish working with the client, you want to ask for specific feedback, like any constructive criticism, or just gather a testimonial from them. And yeah, let me see if I've got, I've branded it. No, I haven't branded that one up. But in that one, you could even do an upload where you ask the client to upload an image of themselves that they wouldn't mind you using in your testimonials online. So it's just whatever works for your business, really. They also do contracts, which your clients can e-sign. So this is what actually eventually moved me over to Dubsado, because before I was using loads of free software. Like I was using Acuity for scheduling. I was using like keeping my invoices and expenses like on Excel, and just like using like loads of different free things to try and cut costs. But the thing that kind of like moved me over to Dubsado is the fact they have this e-sign feature. So even just having like finding tools that allow you to have an online contract that clients can really easily sign, rather than printing it out and them having to sign it and then send it back to you, or even worse, like just skipping this step altogether. Like no one wants to be doing that. But yeah, just having the e-sign feature, a lot of tools were charging like £10 to £20 a month just for this feature. So and Dubsado was like about £20 a month just, you know, for everything. So for me, like that was just what moved me over eventually. So yeah, you can have contracts. You can do lead capture forms. So if you like are taking inquiries through email, then you're manually kind of like managing them. This sort of form, a lead capture form, can help you build your email list, or just send out automatic responses to inquiries with questionnaires, or you might send out like a scheduler so they can book in for a free consultation with you. This is Chloe's form I've set up for her. So you've got she takes in like the name of the inquiry, their emails, contact details. For this, because she's doing like bridal makeup, she wants to like take in the date. That would be useful for her to know what sort of service that they're interested in. And if you have multiple services and then you want to have like a different response depending on what someone's interested in, you can set up like an automatic workflow that varies depending on what they select, like on this lead capture form. So that's really, really helpful. It means that you can customize like the process that each different client goes through, and it's not the same for everybody. Okay, so schedulers. So this is what the scheduler setup looks like in Dubsado. So for this example, if you're a makeup artist, you might have different types of appointments that someone can book in for. And there's literally so much you can customize when it comes to your appointments. So in terms of managing them behind the scenes. So you set up your working hours, which can be different like for every day, but you can literally change it to be all Fridays or only this Friday. Change like your working hours. You can see like control how far in advance someone can book. So you might want to change this to like 30 days in advance, for example. You can add like automatic reminders. So like if you want them to be reminded 15 minutes before their appointment, you can do that, or 24 hours before. You can toggle on invoicing. So if you are like if you're doing like microblading, or you're an aesthetics business and you want to take a deposit before someone books into the appointment, then you can set it up so that people have to pay a deposit in order to book that appointment, which is really, really helpful, especially with so many people having so many no-shows nowadays. Like that would really cut down on that problem a lot. There's actually so much you can do here, and I could go on about it for ages, but I'm trying to keep it brief, like I said. So yeah, but you can basically see there's so many options. You can send forms out with when someone books in for an appointment, loads of different stuff. Okay, so let me show you workflow. So once you've kind of set up all your forms and your email templates and your schedulers, Dubsado allows you to create workflows, and workflows are basically like automated sequences. So say if you are a makeup artist and you have someone who books in for like a, I don't know, for a wedding package, you might create a workflow that's custom to your business. That means that when someone inquires about booking in a bridal package, they then get automatically sent a scheduler to book in for their free consultation. And then once they've paid their deposit and that's registered in Dubsado, they then get sent their contract, or then they might get sent the schedule to book in for their makeup trial. And then once that's completed, you might automatically send out like summary of what you've confirmed during the makeup trial. And then you might send out 24 hours before their wedding, like can't wait to see you tomorrow, if you're doing like on the day touch-ups. So basically all the admin steps in your business can be automated through workflows, and everything of that is fully customizable. So because I'm just going over things really briefly now, I just want you to bear in mind that literally you can make it work however you want your business to work. For me, I don't actually use loads of automation because I like to have, my business is such that I like to have that one-on-one time with my clients. And also every product is so bespoke. But I do use like appointment reminders, payment reminders, like loads of stuff. And even without me using the full automation, like Dubsado is just so worth it for me. Yeah, okay. So packages is also another type of template you can have. So if you've got different services, and at the moment maybe you're like writing up different invoices, or like having to always type up like what's included in each service that you're booking, you can like just scrap all of that admin time and just create different packages that you can then insert into the invoices, or just insert onto your client's like profile of what they're booking in for. So obviously it has like the what's included and the cost. Yeah, all of those details. That just saves you time if you're making up like proposals or invoices, things like that. It just saves you so much time doing that. Okay, so the reporting. So Dubsado can also manage like your what's going on? Can manage your accounting as well. So for example, if you're having expenses, you can just input them on here and it keeps track of everything. You can organize them by like category. You can record how they were paid, or what like project or client it relates to. Whenever somebody pays a deposit automatically, or like pays off for their appointment, it automatically goes into here. So it keeps track of all your expenses. You can download it as like a CSV file to give to your accountant if you've got an accountant at the end of the year. And it just makes it really easy to see like how much you're spending, what your profits are. You can get all sorts of different reports. So just to see like an overview of like how much you've spent, like what profits you're in at the moment. Like if you're really into analytics and things like that, there's literally so much that you can see on here, just whatever is useful to you really. So that's super useful. The other really cool thing that Dubsado does is it allows you to give your clients like a client portal so that they can have a login and they log into their little client area. So if you're like an aesthetics business, or any business really where you need your client to kind of like, you want your clients' documents to be in one place, this is really, really useful. And it's actually really nice for your clients as well, because instead of having to like scroll through all the emails that you might have sent or text messages, they literally have a login. They can see all of their upcoming appointments or their past appointments or what's due to be paid, any forms they need to fill out, like literally all in one place. Another really cool thing you could do, like if you do microblading or something like that, and you always give the same aftercare advice to your clients, you can make like an aftercare video where you explain, you know, like how to best take care of their brows, and you can upload that to client portals. They can log in and then see like a educational video that you sent them, like almost like a mini course. Would be a really good way that you could use it if that's useful for your business. So let me like click into this client here. So this is what each client that you have, this is like the information that you'll have on them. So you can see all of their appointments, past and future appointments. You can easily see like what they've had in the past or what they have coming up. You can see all of their forms here. So like their consultation form would be here. You can see all the details that they've completed, any payment details they've got, what packages they're booked in for. You can also see their, like you can make notes. This is personal to you. So you can like, for example, if you know that they like to listen to a certain type of music when they come to see you, if they're getting the makeup done, or if they have like an interest or a hobby that you want to, you know, like get involved in, or like just points that like would give them a better client experience if you remembered it. Just make notes here, and that's like a really nice way of giving a better client experience to the people that work with you. So you can obviously store so much information on them, like their address, like any social media profiles, like literally anything you'd want to like store, you can. If you do lashes, for example, you might want to like take a picture of their favorite lash set that they've had and upload it here, so that you always have that on their client profile, so that when they come back to you again, you know like what they loved. That's just one idea of what you could do. So you can see that there's so many features that are so customizable to how you want to run your business. Yeah. By the way, if I'm speaking with like a list, it's because I've got my Invisalign retainer in. So sometimes it makes me speak funny, but I'm not sure if anyone can tell, because obviously it's not like you listen to me all the time, but I feel like I'm speaking funny. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the client portal, and I just wanted to hop into the client page first to show you, like, so this is where you would activate the portal if you want to use it, and you can set a password for your client here, just change it to whatever you want it to be, and then the client would go in to this like home page and type in their login details. I'm just using mine as an example. Okay, now this is what like it would look like when they log in. So you can customize this header. I've just left it kind of blank because I'm just using it as an example. But when someone logs in, like they would see all of their like appointments coming up, any invoices they have due for you. Let me click on it and see if it brings up. Yeah, so any like invoices that they have that need to be paid, any contracts that they need to sign. So this is what's great about having everything in Dubsado, because it's all in one place and it's all online. So it just makes it really easy for your client to actually do what you need them to do, and it just makes it better for everybody. Let me show you what the proposal looks like, because when we're looking at the forms, we're looking at it as like an internal perspective as a business owner, but this is what it would look like as a client, like from an outside perspective. So you can see it's got like the packages here. If you select the package, you can do like the drop downs. Like obviously this is just like a template that I can show you the features, so it's not like finished, but it just gives you like a really good overview of what Dubsado can do. So this shows like she's picked this package, so the totals at the bottom. And then do you remember what I said about it automatically creating the contract? And then it also creates an invoice. So this is something that you would otherwise be doing manually, like, which would just take you, you know, even if it takes you 10 minutes per client, like what if you're like charging £150 an hour and you're spending like an hour a day just on admin, that's like £150 a day that you're spending that could be cut out if you just had a system in place to help you do all of these things. Okay, cool. So consultation form, what's this looking like? So yeah, like you can see, you can like click drop downs, like type in whatever you like, upload files. So yeah, so many ways you can gather the information that you need from your client. And yeah, so that's what the client portal looks like. If you want to have a client portal for your clients, you might not want to, but for a lot of businesses, it is really helpful. Okay, so let me hop back onto Dubsado and see if I've missed anything. Like there's so many other things you can do. You can have, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Trello, but I worked with my client recently to set up her Dubsado. We kind of found a replacement of how to use Trello. So you can just like have to-do lists here. if you've got things like you want to remember to send out a client gift at a certain point, like you can just make a to-do list that automatically creates itself to remind you to do things like that you need to do manually. Like you would need to go to the post office to go and send the gift out, if that's how you do it. Let's see, and then obviously it's got your calendar, which would have all of your appointments. So if you are like in the beauty industry, if you do hair or something like that where you have a lot of appointments like day to day, this obviously is what would make it easier for you to keep track of what's going on that day and all of your appointments, like, yeah. Okay, so I had a few questions I am going to answer. So from Katrina, she asked what the setup process is like, how long it takes, and the cost. So as you can see, like there's so many different things you could do with Dubsado. Like, so it really depends on your own business needs and how much of the features that you want to use. Even if you use the bare bones of the features, like I feel like Dubsado is still more than worth it. But I guess my point is that you could literally spend months setting it up, or you could just get it working like in a day. So it really depends on how many of the features you want to use and how much you want to customize it. Like even with the forms, you can see that's like slightly branded. You could brand it even more than that, or you could just send it out as a basic black and white form. Like it would still have the same functionality. Obviously, as a brand designer and someone who likes things that look nice, like I would want it to look nice, but you could spend hours doing it, or you could just do it in a day. So how long the setup process is like really varies. I'm working on at the moment like launching a course so that you can DIY this. It's going to have loads of templates, Canva templates, things like that, so you can brand up the forms and just take you step by step on how to set it up. So I'm going to be launching that course probably the end of January, hopefully, if everything goes well. And yeah, so that will help you with the setup process. If the question was like how to set things up, that will help you with it. And also I'm obviously always happy to answer questions in my DMs, or I am also doing like a done for you service where I just basically set up the whole process, the whole system for you, for your brand, like get to understand your client journey, so which features will work best for you. I'm going to be offering that service as well at the end of January. So there's loads of ways that I can help you with the setup. Just depends on your budget and like, you know, how much help you want. Okay, costs. So Dubsado costs $40 per month or $400 annually. So, but I have like a 20% off code, and soon come at the end of January when I've completed my I'm taking an exam to be like a specialist, a certified specialist in Dubsado basically. And then when I've done that, I'll get 30% off. For the people who want to like take my course to set it up with me, that will get you 30% off. But at the moment I have 20% off, and with that it's £24 a month, or if you buy it annually it's going to be about £240 a month. So for me, like I said, with all of the features that you get, like this, the premium scheduling features, the e-signing, being able to brand all of your forms, even just creating that proposal for what people can buy stuff without you having to do anything, it's basically like replacing a website essentially. So for me, as an established business owner, £24 a month is minor. And just thinking about the time that you save, like in terms of like not having to do all of these tasks manually, depending on how much you charge per hour. Like for me, I usually charge about £50 an hour. So even if I save half an hour a day, that's like saved me the cost of Dubsado in a month. So for me, it's a no-brainer. And then, yeah, okay. So I think that was it. But yeah, I'm going to send this out as the replay because I know a lot of people couldn't make it today, but I'm going to upload it probably to YouTube and then send you out a link that you can get to watch it whenever you have free time. But if you do have any questions, just get in touch. Just message me on Instagram or drop me an email. And yeah, I'm hoping going to be launching my course soon, which will help you. Like if this does sound like something that you are interested in, but you feel a bit overwhelmed with the setup, I'm going to be doing like a step-by-step guide of how I would set it up, and then with templates as well that you can just download and save to just make things easier. And I'm going to be doing like monthly or maybe like every 2 weeks do like a group webinar session where you can just come to me and ask specific questions that are helpful to you if you get stuck in any areas. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. I do really love Dubsado. I love organising in general, so this is like a bit of me. I hope it was helpful, and yeah, any questions, let me know. But enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, speak to you later.